What are you feeling?
Going on. That kind of hurts. Did that go
Did you
off?
see that?
Did a picture just get taken? Okay. So just a little while ago.
What is this object that I'm holding in my hand?
No, he reached for the spirit box.
Do something. We'll be listening.
And it just like literally like.
6 years and over 20 paranormal investigations later, many of them which you can see on our YouTube channel, Manifest Destiny Trio has seen their fair share of things. Since the anniversary of our first ever investigation is coming up, Hal, Nick, Ryan, and myself thought it only made sense to reminisce about our top 6 moments of the last 6 years. Each 6 of those moments will be released in separate videos, and as you watch them, you'll see a common theme among them: location. Although there were a lot of moments to choose from, we eventually narrowed them down. So let's just get right to it. Moment number 5 comes in the exact same location, in the exact same investigation as moment number 6. It was our first time at the church basement, and it happened like literally at the way end of the evening, give or take like 2:30 to 3 o'clock in about a half-hour time frame. Up to this point, we didn't have anything tangible, anything that we could like see or say, hey, this place is haunted. So the plan then was for us to kind of split into pairs. Hal and I were in a back corner of the basement, and Nick and Ryan were more toward the front. And we were just hoping for anything at this point, because up to this point we didn't get much at all. It actually all started with a spike. And it was relevant, and I say it in the video, it was a huge spike, and it was for that time because we didn't get anything all that long. So it was a really significant spike as well because we got a lot of interaction after that for quite some time.
Oh my god. Huge spike. Absolutely huge. So you are here.
So after this spike, we get this EVP that is, to this day, maybe one of the most clear we have. Where in a very hoarse whisper, we hear a spirit say, he's got a ball. You know, it's very nasally. It's definitely not any of us.
He's got a ball. He's got a ball. He's got a ball.
We didn't have a ball at that point in time, but when I thought back, after I listened to the EVP and I didn't really understand why the spirit said he's got a ball, I thought back and remembered that actually earlier in the evening we did bring a ball as a trigger object.
What is this object that I'm holding in my hand?
So we go from the spike to this EVP, and now for another 10 or 15 minutes we get consistent spikes when we ask the spirit questions like, do you want us to turn on the spirit box? Can you create a spike? Can you try and get to the 5th light, which is the red? And you can see the K2 like responding to what we're saying, which I think was probably the most exciting part, because it was like live, trying to do what we're asking it to.
Don't make us turn back on the spirit box. I know you don't like that.
Whoa. Was that your hand that did that?
No, he reached for the spirit box and it's lighting up.
Alright, okay. I won't touch it. Fair enough. Nothing wrong.
Lean over to touch it again.
within the next about 10 to 15 minutes, we would continuously ask questions. We ended up turning the spirit box on, and we got a number of more K2 hits. We were encouraging it, to try and use its energy to get it all the way up to the red. I don't think it ever really got to the red, but it was a consistent kind of feeling for like a 20-minute time frame, 10 to 20 minute time frame there at the end. That really made us feel like someone was there.
Lit up.
All the way to red.
Come on, really.
All the way.
Come on.
All the way to red, and we'll turn it off right now.
Really prove it. Come on.
Come on.
As much as you can. Gotta do it.
Just one more giant spike. Do it. One more. Even if it's not red.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, shut it off. There we go. We kept our
To
word.
have our night end like this was really exciting. To have the K2 meter not do really anything for most of the night at all, and then for it to do this at the end of the night was actually really exciting. Even to this day, 6 years later, we've only had maybe a handful of times where we've had that consistent communication
All the
with
way.
the K2 meter and a spirit, at the same time. Sometimes it's really random, but this time it wasn't random at all. It didn't feel random. So I think that's one of the bigger reasons why it ended up being our
Much as you
fifth
can.
best moment.
Gotta do it.
On top of that, we also had the EVP. So when you include the EVP, which was within this whole half-hour time frame, and all of the K2 hits, collaborating those together, it creates a really solid time period worth of evidence.